Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Charlotte and this is the Poke Crossings channel, and in today's video it's going to be a bit of a controversial one. We're going to be talking about time travelling and is it cheating in Animal Crossings as a series or Animal Crossings New Horizons. So if you enjoyed the content, make sure you drop a like, get involved in the comments and hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, let's jump straight into the video. Alright guys, so time travelling. What is time travelling? Time travelling is when you go into your Switch settings, like the actual settings, and you change the date and time manually so that it's just different basically to what actual day it is. So if it's, for example, today's date is the 11th, so you might change it to the 12th if you're waiting for a specific building to be ready. Yes, Cookie. But what's she gonna try and sell us, guys? Do I need a top hat? Probably not, but let's buy it anyway. I am not paying that. I'll take it. Go on. So yeah, time traveling. You change the date, and especially people tend to use it mostly, what I've seen in the forums, is for when you're waiting for something to be ready. So whether that's a building to move or a bridge to be built or something like that, if you skip to the day ahead and then skip back, it's kind of built and or that person's moved out or the house has moved, and then you're not having to wait, especially if you're kind of in that creative mood of like get terraforming and trying to get your island looking good. That is what I've seen the majority of people use it for. Now I want to know what your kind of opinions are once you've watched this video, so please get involved in the comments. But just before I go any further with this video, please remember to keep it civilized, and I'm all for hearing your opinions. I don't want anybody kind of raging on each other or anything like that. We're all Animal Crossing players. We're all here for Animal Crossings. Let's keep it sound. Let's keep it civilized. So, from what I've seen in the forums, a lot of people tend to have a really kind of solid or strict opinion on time travelling. A lot of people class it as cheating in the game. A lot of people think it's not cheating and do it quite a lot. So, not only can you use it to obviously skip ahead if you're wanting to get things built quicker, but people can also use it if you are wanting to collect kind of seasonal items. So for example, acorns, cherry blossoms, things like that. Obviously you can only get them in a particular season. So if we're no longer in that season and you need them for a DIY or whatever, then we're kind of out of luck. So I have seen people using it for that. The Switch itself, the actual system goes along to 2060, I've read. And that's as far as you can kind of skip in the game. Now Nintendo, is it cheating? That's what we need to try and work out. So I personally don't time travel. And the reason I don't time travel is because I actually really like the idea of a game that runs along in real time. I think it's really good in a sense of it kind of increases the longevity of the game, gives you something to kind of check in for and check in and do each day. And I just think it's a nice dynamic. It's nice to kind of log into the game and it's winter when it's winter and it's nighttime when it's nighttime, and I really like that, and I've liked that since back in the day when they first introduced the day and night cycle on Pokemon Gold and Silver or the Game Boy, and I loved it. And I used to love waiting up to go into the markets on the days that it was out and things like that. So I actually really like that aspect of this game, and that's personally one of the reasons why I'm really big into the franchise. So for me, it just doesn't make sense to time travel at all. I've actually lost Goose. I don't know where he is. Let's go try and find him. So that's why I personally do not time travel. Now, do I think it's cheating? The short answer is no. Everybody, everyone's paid quite a lot for this game. And you can play it however you want. And I think we've got to remember that, yes, there's like quite a few different ways to play it, but if Nintendo didn't want you to time travel, they would have done something that would have stopped you doing that. So Nintendo have actively like spoken about time traveling in interviews and stuff like that in the past, and they know people do it, and they're actively not doing anything to stop it. Now they have changed the interest rate in the latest update, so you get less interest now, and there's a lot of talk in the community about people like Nintendo have done that to try and make the economics of the game more balanced, because people are time travelling and racking up all the interest, and obviously then having tons of bells to spend. So they're like, oh, that's ruined it for everyone. I don't necessarily think it's ruined it for everyone. I think once you get past a certain point in this game, bells are very easy to make. You know, especially when you've pretty much finished your museum. There's fossils to sell every day. It's pretty easy to rack up all the fruits, especially if you play online. So there's ways you can make money pretty quickly, and especially once you've sold, once you've paid all your house mortgages off, and you start getting involved in the turnips. There's not really much point. I've seen people with like millions and millions and millions of bells. Like, I've got like 2 or 3 million in my bank now. I've paid everything off, so it's just sitting there like paying for furniture and stuff, but there's not loads to buy, so I don't really think it's that big of a deal that they've slashed the interest rates on that. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about that. But yeah, basically I think if Nintendo didn't want people to do it, they would put a patch in the game or something that would stop people being able to do it. So definitely in that respect don't think it's cheating. I am pretty open to people playing as much or however they like, but there is obviously some downsides to time travelling. So the main one is if you're big into the turnip market, if you have turnips and you travel forwards in time, that is okay. The minute you travel back, even if it's just back by a couple of hours, all of your turnips will rot. So it's something to be careful of if you are gonna, or you're thinking about time travelling, because if you just want to do it a little bit to get something done quickly and you want to go back to normal time, you can't do it if you've got turnips. So I need to get rid of your turnips or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is time travelling cheating in Animal Crossings? I don't think it is. I mean, Nintendo have done a really good job this time round to like lock the updates behind the timestamps. So although people kind of time travelling, you can't unlock the events because you've got to connect to the internet and have the right date, so it knows that you've time travelled, so it doesn't unlock the events. That, in a sense, that's really good, because people aren't like being able to access everything ahead of time. So like things like the events and stuff aren't being spoiled, if you like, or you aren't getting like spoilers and things like that. So yeah, in that sense, all I would say is, if you do have a really strong, and this is me like kind of playing devil's advocate now, because I'm pretty kind of mellow, as long as everyone's having a good time playing Animal Crossings, we're loving life, that's fine. But my only kind of caveat to this is, I've seen a lot of people have, like I said, a really, really strong opinion on time travelling. Like, you are ruining the game. People get quite vocal about it on Twitter, on Facebook, and that seems to go out of the window the minute someone has got a good turnip price. So, like, I'm all about having morals and like having an opinion, and good for you. If that's how you want to play, that's how you want to play. Crack on, good effort, cool. But for example, I opened my island up last week for the turnip price. I think that my turnip price was like $4.50, and I was online for I think 5 hours in total, letting people come and go on my island. And in that whole 5 hours, not a single person checked in to say, oh, can I just check, like, are you Are you time travelling? Are you on the right date? Like, nobody was bothered. All they were bothered about is, can I come to your island? I want to shift my turnips, I need to make a profit. So my only like kind of quite strong opinion on this is, if you are that strong-minded and you know you're quite vocal about it, I would just say, like, you know, you need to kind of carry that through, because it seems like you're not bothered about time travelling the minute someone's got a good turnip price, or you know Celeste is on someone's island, or what someone's crafting a rare DIY recipe. No one seems to be bothered about time travelling. Everyone wants to just get on that person's island and get whatever it is that's going down. So yeah, definitely think about that. Hey, is he leaving? Oh, I hate this nickname. What is Canapé? Like, I've had Vitamin C, which I thought I could do, that was pretty cool. Then it went to Mountain, which I was like, but Goose offered me it, and I love Goose. So, you know, that was cool. But Canapé is like the worst nickname. Lucha gave me it, and I really regret clicking yes. It's awful, because everyone's starting to call me it now. But yeah, like, let me know in the comments, like, what do you think about time travelling? Is it cheating? Does it ruin the game for everybody else? Or are you very much kind of like me and you just want everyone to kind of get along, play however you want to play? You know, everyone's paid for the game, so everyone's got the right, in my opinion, to play it however they feel the need. But obviously, I want to know what you guys think. Like I said at the start, please keep it civilised. I don't want anybody calling each other out or anything like that. Let's have a proper discussion about it, rather than calling each other cheaters or anything like that. But yeah, so let me know, what do you think? What do you think in the comments? And as always, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like. Really want to try and kind of grow this channel while I've got the opportunity, you know, while we're on lockdown. So let's keep going. And as always, guys, I'll see you tomorrow in the next video.